Did you? No.
All right.
Hey!
This
I
is
thought we were
live.
live when your hands went up, so
No, that was
Can
exasperation.
you lift
There's a
your
difference
hands?
between
I won't believe we're live.
this
Oh, thank you.
and-
We got
and,
one.
okay,
Two.
okay. I didn't catch the subtle
There
nuance
was
there.
a nuance.
This is what I got.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Vandal Anthony screen. That's it.
He's just moving.
Anthony. Excellent.
Oh, nice.
I'm a fan of this. I could watch
Love
this.
what we're doing here. It's great. I know this.
Oh, is it gonna hit the corner? Is it gonna hit the corner?
Ah! Wait, give another 45 minutes. It will hit the corner.
I've seen it. I saw it happen once.
We are your host of the traveling screen. I feel like the bad guy in the first Superman. Like I'm just stuck. Yes, Geek has got it.
Yes. Well, I guess we don't even need our screens or our cameras on for this. That's fast.
Oh yeah.
Echoey, no screen. Oh,
Elaine, don't throw yourself downstairs. It's not working. You're better than that.
all I can see is like her grabbing her by the collar and she's fighting herself, and then she throws her down the stairs.
Just from around the corner.
This is a small show, you guys. Small show.
With big aspirations.
Big
You added purations there. You didn't need the purations.
No.
Also, sound according to Ern, sound is fuckered again. But I'm wondering if he's just not gotten. Did you hit the live button, Ern? Are you still? He's watching 2 episodes ago.
You need me.
Vandal's gonna run it through, 6 processors, a tin can sitting up next to an Xbox.
Oracle.
That's what
I
you
turned
get
it
for buying
on.
an apple.
Listen here, we sounded like we sound like Daleks, and I gotta tell you, I'm so here for this.
I am too. Daleks.
Everything's just fucked up. The whole thing.
Y'all, you're all robot sounding again.
Oh god.
Ern is right. Sound is fucked.
They sounded like
All right, giving it a second.
this is me as the robot. Do. That's pretty good robot.
Actually, since we all sound like robots now, you sound normal when you did that.
Sound like
You're
Daleks.
gonna judge my cadence again, aren't you?
Oh,
It's not right.
but it's not wrong either.
It's mostly left.
Oh, good. The screen.
Welcome, Ern. Very welcome.
Welcome.
Never gonna get it, 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 never gonna get it.
That's the show.
And now, time for a robot.
Delane's behind. Delane hit that live button.
It's got my hands in the focus position.
Yeah, I've been working on new voices for all of us. They all sound like robots.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Great, don't you worry.
Geekus, if you made this, sounds pretty good.
Pretty good.
Hey, it just sounds like a Patrick Conquest song, so what are you worried about?
Oh.
I don't understand the reference.
You're sort of trifling my confusion with your reference.
Trifled confusion. That sounds like some kind of really terrible punk band.
Or a fabulous dessert.
Or yeah, never mind. It could go either way.
Okay.
All I see is a black screen.
So,
So we'll just do this the whole time.
my name is Joe, and I work in a button
How
factory.
good are your abs? Can we do this for an hour and a half?
One day,
My
a boss
abs are
came to me and said,
That's that dipping bird. We gotta get water.
No, the cat. The cat.
Oh, I was thinking
We all
that
have-
that
We all
that
have
bird
cat.
that dipped into the water.
We all have different.
Also, didn't Vandal say he had to do this? I don't think we have to do this.
What's the movie with the cat or the clown that did that?
Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ninja Turtles 2. Yeah.
I have no shirt just for tonight.
Yeah, this is old. It's fine. Thanks. Have a good Friday.
Quickest show ever, and Anthony didn't have to do both parts.
Yeah.
I've been rug sewer and fence nuts your face. Okay.
I wonder.
I wonder why. Who do we got here?
Big shout out to everybody here.
Yeah. Who rates this episode 10 out of 10? Let's see in the chat.
I rated a.
Favorite and subscribe.
I rated 9 run over poodles out of a circus.
There's a 7 in the chat for the win. Huh?
I give it 10 bucks out of 10. Oh,
That's cool. We'll just do an episode with you. You can have voices.
I gotta
It's a schizophrenic simulator. We're fine.
have a calzone to eat. So long, 7.
You got the guy that works in a sewer and eats calzones. The guy who Big Lots forgets about. The idiot and the Canadian.
He's over top of us, but to the side.
And you are bright, my friend.
So glad you're handsome.
You are bright, my friend.
This works perfectly. We are good.
Oh, he's sitting under his barrel writing a letter to the government.
Yeah.
Let me guess. The military put an implant in you.
No, V8, we didn't insert them far enough. You can still hear the battery. That's not far enough in, buddy. Hey, you're quite
Looking at
welcome,
Vandal.
Vandal.
Are you saying
are-
they can't even hear us?
The
Ian.
good news is we
Ian has its speech parts tonight.
Oh, ay, puntang ina mo. Ian,
You're
sorry,
so
man. This is
Holy
Good
fuck,
job.
thank you.
I don't know.
No, we're asking.
I think they can hear us because Ern's answered me twice now, so
maybe he just knows what you're talking about.
I mean, no sound now. He does know what we're talking about. Look at that. Boom. Instant reply, even with the delay. Shit.
He said no sound now. That instant reply tells me that yes, he cannot hear you.
You guys are having your own separate phone calls. Is that why Aaron's doing this?
Vandal is still muted. I That's what Kentucky
Oh
says.
yeah, I've been muted that whole fucking time.
Oh
apparently.
my god!
I think we're done.
That, you have the
Wow.
patience of saints. Wow.
420 was last episode, man.
Spoiler alert, it's 422. 420-2.
Yeah,
Only
TOO.
Vandal is silent.
Yeah.
I'm hearing now from the chat that only Vandal is silent. What's that, Vandal? To my mother? Oh my goodness.
It's working now somehow.
Uh-oh.
It's
You and me both,
okay
Ian. You and me
if
both.
Vandal's muted.
Are you sure, VA?
I
It'll
seriously
make sense.
can't think of like what the problem would be.
Have you
Good night,
checked
guys.
your
Great
bubble?
stream. Good night, V8.
Good night, everybody.
So speaking of jobs, I used to have one on Friday Fallout, and
You got paid for this?
don't
I
tell
don't.
anybody. It was shillings. Shillings, I say.
Oh, shillings on the silver.
Yeah.
I got paid in armadillo
12
parts.
pieces of silver.
Make sure, hey, everybody that's here right now, like this stream, so everyone's like, "Damn, this must have been a good one," and they sit through like 20 minutes of this bullshit.
Ern says, "Okay, don't touch shit now."
Are we moving on screen? Like,
No, I'm frozen.
No.
Also,
No, it's still
Kentucky is touching my soul right now with the
Boom.
truth he is speaking.
oh, of course,
Kentucky's
of course, the old guy
Wow.
likes Android. No, Kentucky, you bastard.
Ian,
got the right idea. Just
what does
start touching
this
more
button
buttons.
do?
Start touching more buttons.
I really can't figure out what it would be. Like,
Have you checked your bubble?
yeah,
Ski up, butt up.
Ski pop
Have you checked the input for whatever microphone that you're speaking into is on Zoom?
yeah. Why?
Should-
You can't hear me?
What?
They
They,
can't.
they can't hear you.
They've
They
been
should be
saying
able
it for
to
half
now.
an hour.
They should be able to now.
We are also definitely still frozen. Yes, Ern.
100% so
now
frozen.
video, please. Your wish is my command.
Although Ronnie is requesting we go back to the
Ronnie
robot
wants
voices,
more
so
robots. All right.
Ronnie's a sadist.
Back by popular demand.
We
Just
now
for
talk-
Ronnie.
we will only use zeros and ones if we can remember the zeros and ones. There's
Power
only one
Rangers,
type
we're
of
facing
dance, the
danger.
robot and
that the wrong
the
robot?
robo.
You know
okay,
what,
two
Lucas? I'm
types of
actually glad
dances.
you're on here because I really wanted to discuss a little Dune with you. I
Let's-
rewatched the first part 1 because I know part 2 is coming out here pretty soon, or it's
It
already
is
out.
out. It's been out for a while, yeah.
And
Gotta pay.
so when I finished that on Max, they also have the Dune from back in the day,
Oh,
where
Oh.
Patrick Stewart plays Jason Momoa's part
He
in
sure
that.
does.
But here's the thing: like in the opening sequence of that there is a creature, and I don't know any other way to say this, and I'm not trying to be crude, but it's a talking anus. Like it literally,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
creature itself.
The,
I mean, I don't know any other way to describe it. And then
Navigators.
it points where there's like light shooting out of the anus mouth. It's so bad. I really could not make it through that. It
yeah, it was
Awful.
I've watched that.
yeah.
like this
Fun
isn't
fact.
stepmoms. Like you can't make that work. It's really bad.
Fun fact, big shout out. That's Kyle MacLachlan, and he's in Fallout, the TV show. He plays.
I've seen him in other things too, and it's not that he's a bad actor. He
He's
was
not,
a bad
but he's-
cast for that show for that
Yeah,
role.
no,
Yeah.
He needed to be a 20-something, not a.
Yeah, really.
I was 40. How do you look 40?
There's a Fallout TV show.
Yes, there is. It's on
Yeah,
Prime.
Vandal says it's really good. I'm
It
trying to
is
wait
really
until
It
It's
is.
on what?
Living
HBO?
under a rock, Amazon.
Amazon Prime.
All right,
Oh.
yeah. So,
I'm HBO. Sorry.
That's okay. I feel you.
all right. So
Well,
I'm
you
not
can
gonna
watch
make
it.
everyone sit here through all this shit. I mean, like, and all that stuff. But I do have we could tell how our weeks were, and then we'll close this out. Because I do have a funny story. It's not gonna be as funny when I don't remember it, and I have to try to remember it. You know what I mean?
I was so looking forward to the story all day too.
No, you weren't.
Vandal, I was. Don't you tell me.
I skipped my
Done
review for this story tonight. I actually did not set up a review to have plenty of time for Vandal stories. So
Vandal, tell us a story.
Yeah. No, you guys go first. We have to at least do
Steve-O?
it in order because if we don't, I'm gonna feel weird.
What kind of train wreck did I just join? I mean, it's different than the usual train wreck.
Listen, Steve-O, you're not missing anything.
Sorry, guys.
I just posted
Snorkel?
perpetual Streamlabs.
Snorkel, go ahead. How was your week?
My week was a week. Geek has moved.
I moved. I'm in a new place. I'm hanging out. Internet's finally hooked back up. I've been gaming a lot. That's pretty much all I got. Suey?
How's the new digs? Do you have air conditioning?
Oh yeah, air conditioning. No, it's gonna be fabulous. I can't wait.
Yeah, Canada, it's open a window.
You're spoiled.
Well,
I
it
don't
is
have.
right now because like it was gorgeous when I moved. It was a nice, bright, beautiful, sunny 75-degree day, and now it's back to cold. And I'm like, please, no. Please.
Gotcha.
No. But Suey, how you doing? How you feeling?
I was late to a job this week on Wednesday. I was driving to the job. I saw a sign on
Shit
the side of the road.
sucks.
Saw a sign on the side of the road. It said lobster tails $2, and I was like, so I pulled over, asked, "Are you open?" He said, "Yeah, I'm open." So I grabbed $2 out of my wallet, and walk over to the guy, and hand him $2, and he looks at me and goes, "Okay, so there's this lobster," and I was like, "No!" So that's been my week. I got a tale
Once
about
upon a time, there was
Yeah.
Larry the lobster.
just brutal. What say you, Anthony? How was your week?
I had 420 last Saturday. Was brutal. Store was busy and I wasn't partaking until after work. So yeah, it was a long day. We actually did this thing where we have this wheel. You know, every retail place has one of these stupid wheels that you could spin.
Oh yeah.
So I made it all discount percentages, and then I let them spin the wheel before they checked out, so they got to basically earn their own percentage off for the day. But by the end of the day, I was so tired of talking to people and being their counselor that I just it turned into like a game show because I was like slap happy. So somebody would get up to the counter, and I'd bring up their stuff and I'd be like, "Okay, you know what time it is? It's time to spin that wheel." And everybody in the store would turn around, and it became this like thing. And so yeah. But we were busy. Website was really busy. We had about 3 times as many orders as we normally do. So yeah, and I actually got to make custom labels this week that are going to what I would consider celebrity-ish people. Like Mike Epps is getting one.
Wow.
There's a whole comedy tour that he's doing right now across the country, and a bunch of comedians on there. So I had to actually work a double shift and come home and make custom labels for Mike Epps and everyone else on this comedy tour for the new ice cream paint job. So that they turned out great, but it was a long night. I was staring at the screen so long I couldn't actually keep my eyes open anymore. So
I have a
Yes,
question
yes,
about
yes.
this. Yes. Did you have weights on the wheel so that way like it always landed on pay double?
no,
No?
I didn't. No.
Okay.
There was only one 20% off square. Everything else was like 5, 10, and 15, but people get excited on a discount no matter what it is. And there was one spin again, and one person came in and got spin again twice and then got 5%, which is the lowest discount you can get.
What a
I kind of
loser.
felt bad.
At least you don't have to spin it a fourth
I
time.
mean, we even give 10% off to people like Vandal who,
don't
signed up for the military. But yeah, no, she got 5%. I felt kind of bad for her. But anywho, that was kind of my week.
All right. Let me
Oh,
stretch.
Vandal.
You guys can't see it, but I'm stretching. And you can't see my fucking shirt, man. I was so fucking excited for this fucking shirt. I'm not even
Show
lying
us
to you
the-
guys.
Actually, you know what? That's fine.
So-
I don't want to see it.
Just stand up and show the shirt.
Oh,
Go ahead, Frames.
Oh,
Stand on that.
I want to
your
see the
box.
shirt.
Oh, you guys can see the shirt.
Yeah, I can't read it, but I get what you're saying.
All right. So, anyways, hold on. I'll build up to it. So, as you guys know, I was air quotes since you can't see it laid off, and all that shit. And so, I've been, looking for jobs. I've made an Indeed profile, been sharing my resume with stuff, and like, they're always talking about on the news, like, 40 billion jobs added last week, and all this shit. And I'm like, all right, this shouldn't be too bad. So anyways, I'm applying for some shit, and I'm just, whatever it is. It's like last night I applied for a couple things. One was this company called like Tell Us. And what they do is they moderate social media content, right? So what you do is you go into their office, you sit there and you make sure no one's showing off their fucking titties and shit or saying like, I don't know what they would say to get banned because, you know, maybe I'm not a right fit for this because, like, we'd be over here talking about eating ass. Anyways, so I was like, okay, cool. Sounds like something I could do. Basically, it was like $15 an hour to go sit in a room and make sure, like, you know, people aren't putting bad stuff. So I put the application in, and then I also applied to this place where it's like all like positive-minded women's clothing. So what they needed was a photo retoucher and a color corrector, which is really easy shit, right? Like that's
Yeah.
like basic shit, especially for someone like me. Like that's easy as shit. So I applied to that, and it's like a super positive, body positive women's thing. Like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I'm not judging, you know. I appreciate all sizes of women, I guess, you know. Like, that's a bad joke. They're gonna see this now. But yeah. So, anyways, I've also
So
been.
did you use your Gretchen Wieners profile? for
No,
that
I should have
application?
though. That would have been great. I
Okay.
would have got in for
Would've been
sure, and then showed
awesome.
up with a wig and be like, I thought this was body positive.
Christy Smith, anyway.
V8 says, fuck tell us. I don't even know what any of that means. I don't even know what the company does. So anyways, I get an email this morning and it's like 6:30 in the morning, right? And so I'm all like, you know, like, oh, I'll reply to this later because I've been doing side jobs and odd jobs this week, you know, just so, you know, try to make some money because, so as you guys know, I've been trying to file for unemployment, right? So I got laid off like 3 fucking weeks ago. And so I had to apply for unemployment. So I applied for it or whatever. And I had to wait a week for them to go through this program that verifies your identity, right? So like what they do is some random motherfucker in some other fucking city, state, or even maybe even country, you go on a web call with them, they're like, okay, show me your ID. And you hold it up to the webcam, they're like, what's your name? I'm like, if I'm holding it right here, like I could just read it to you. But yeah, whatever, you know, like, yeah, you know, Jeffrey Bobstein, whatever it is. And so that took a week, right? And then so for 4 days after they verified my identity, the system for unemployment was down.
Oh no.
And so I was like trying to log in and it's not working. And it looked like it was like an error from that thing. And so I was like, okay, cool. So I tried contacting them. You can't get through to a single fucking person in the state of Nevada for anything. Like they're like, you have to call this number to speak to the person. Press this and you will get connected. I press that and you go to it. It rings once. It's like, yeah, we're not taking calls right now. Good luck. You know, and they hang up. Whatever. Okay, cool. So finally, after 2.5 fucking weeks, it works, right? I can log in and I do this shit. So you have to put in your information, right? When would you work at this place? What was your last day of pay? Did you get severance pay? Did you get like vacation pay? And if you don't claim that stuff, right, that's like fraud. So of course I claimed that I got paid out my vacation hours, right? And so now because of my vacation, it was like $700, right? It was like 30-ish hours of vacation. So because of that, I put it in there. Now I have to wait another 3 weeks from today to talk to a person about how that's going to affect my payments, which means that I have to still file for unemployment while not receiving unemployment for them to say like 3-4 weeks ago after we finally get in touch with you, that covered 1 unemployment check. So now we're going to back pay you 3 unemployment checks, 4 unemployment checks. So it's just fucking retarded, man. The system is stupid as shit, you know, and all that stuff. So I can't get paid. I have like, you know, there's no money coming in from that, you know. So I'm over here and I'm doing odd jobs, right? So anyways, I was out this week and I was helping out Delane's dad and his friend. Granted, these guys are a little bit older, you know, I think they're almost in their 70s, right? So, you know, they don't get me wrong. Delane's dad's really fucking smart. He knows how to do like anything under the sun. His friend Rez is pretty smart too. He's like an engineer. He's the one I've told you guys a story about why I go out like San Francisco and help him out and shit. So they were doing landscaping. This guy Rez, he's a little bit of an older guy, but he's kind of like a pimp. You know what I mean? Like he's got a bunch of money, he's smart, you know, and all this shit. So he's got like a girlfriend out here, I guess. And she bought a house, and so they want to rent that house. And so he's like, "Oh yeah, sweetie, I'll do the landscaping. So I want to install pavers and fake grass and cover a whole fucking yard with rocks." And they're like, "Can you help?" I'm like, "Well, luckily for you, I'm not working," you know. So of course I'm like, "Yeah."
Luckily for you.
Yeah, so we get there and like fucking the truck pulls up, you know, and I'm looking at stuff and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to do the complicated stuff, aka laying the pavers around. That's what they're going to do, you know. I'm here to, you know, shovel the rocks into the wheelbarrow and then move the wheelbarrow and then move them again and do all that shit. So I've been doing that for the last couple of days. But the first day was great because I helped them and like we were waiting for them to drop off the material. I took a 2-hour nap on the floor of this house. You know, it's empty. It's a brand new house. So I took a 2-hour nap, you know, in between stuff. And then we go over that stuff. V8 says fake grass. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. In Vegas, you use fake grass. You get.
Yeah.
Why am I even talking to V8? Anyways. So, you know, we're doing all that shit. And so, well, it wasn't yesterday. It was the day before yesterday. Me and Roy pull up to the house. Right. And there was a person in the garage. This is a brand new community, like a brand new neighborhood, right? Like, I'm talking like they're still building some of the houses. Some people are moved in. They're still building this shit. So as we pull up and it's like making fun of Rez, we're like, oh, there's this like pear-shaped person in the garage. Must be Rez going through his girlfriend's shit, you know, trying to find some panties, you know, making jokes and shit. So we pull up. It's a chick. It's a random chick. And I don't know what the fuck his girlfriend looks like. You know, I was like, is this her? Is this her in her house? For all I know, it could be her. It's like, that bitch looked like she belonged there. You know what I mean? Like, she was going through shit. So, anyways, why am I looking at the frozen screen this whole time? I could be looking at you guys. Anyways,
Right.
So we pull up, and I'm like, and then Roy's like, "That's not his girlfriend." Like, that's not. I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" You know, and like, she was like a younger person. I would say maybe 20s or whatever. This bitch was stealing. It was 9 a.m. And this chick just walked into the neighborhood, saw the open garage door because like he left the garage door open for us to come in, you know, and then go start working on shit. Just going through this stuff, like throwing it all around and stuff. And I was like, what the fuck? So we're staring at her. She sees it pulled up, just turns around, goes back at it. I was like, you brazen ass bitch. Like, what the fuck? You know, or whatever. And so she sees that we're stopping at that house, you know, and then Roy's like, hey, what are you doing? You know? And she like grabs a bunch of shit, starts like walking away all fast, like walks the weird way in front of the car and then walks away. And so I was like, you know, it's early in the morning. I just chugged a fucking Rockstar, you know. I'm not gonna like obviously fight a woman or anything. But I got out of the car looking all scary. I had my sunglasses on. I'm just like walking towards her, you know. I'm not saying anything, and she's just like looking back at me, you know. And she's like, "Fine, you want your stuff back here? Fuck you, asshole!" Like through it was like a backpack with like a hair straightener in it, a hairbrush, like a sock. Like, just the randomest shit you could see or whatever, you know, like called me the asshole for trying to get back shit that she fucking stole, you know. But to be fair, I probably would, that's probably the scariest I've ever been because, like, my glasses are military glasses, right? My old military sunglasses, they're huge, you know, and shit. So I'm just like, okay, like, yeah. Hold on.
What are you doing? We're back.
I figured it out. I can't be out of the Zoom window with it making us mobile. If that makes sense.
No, it does not make sense, but
No.
you do you, boo.
Whatever.
Well,
The
you just
stream's
said-
back, guys. So anyways.
Hells yeah, woo!
Yeah, I don't know what the
Why
fuck
did
happened.
anyone stay?
I
We're
love
doing-
every last
Yeah, we
one
still
of
have
them
like
that
15
did stay.
people here.
Every last one of you are true MVPs. Thank you.
Vano, your stories are legendary. People just will do whatever it takes to hear
Yeah.
one. so-
Story
YouTube
brought
was like,
the
we have to
stream to
do
life.
this. We got to ban them. We need more. No. So anyways, I started walking towards her, you know, all scary looking, all like, you know, and she like threw the shit or whatever. And then fucking, yeah. So anyways, that chick tried to steal stuff. And then of course, you know, like Roy and Rez, they're you know, they're fun guys, you know, they still make jokes and shit. And so they're talking shit. I was doing like, I'd say a couple, maybe like 150, 200 pound wool barrels, you know, of this rock and shit, right? And they're like, oh, you do it. And they kept telling me every 2 minutes, like, take a break. I'm like, I'm half your age. I got this. This is why I'm here. Like, let me do it. You know, like, let me do it. So anyways, Rez was like, I could do it. Give me that wool barrel. And he goes to try and push it, and he like flips over the front of it and shit like that. And I was like, holy shit. But yeah. And so, yeah, it's been a weird fucking week. You know, it started raining today. But anyways, I'm glad the screen's working now. Hold on, let me blur my camera. Let's see if it freezes again. Because it won't work with the green screen. But it started raining. And so, you know, didn't want to go all the way home to go get a jacket. You know, we wanted to stay warm. So there is a thrift store, a Goodwill thrift store, right? And so we're going through, and I found this little jacket thing. It's like a little cup pullover one or whatever. It's waterproof, and it says like Rio Golf Club. And anyways, Roy comes up to me. He's like, oh, look at this shirt. So I had to buy it for this, but yeah. So I'm built on Black History, guys. I'm built different, just so you guys know.
Well done. Hells yes.
So proud of you. Cheers.
Yeah. So anyways, we're going to start the stream an hour early next time so that it works.
Well, yeah, next stream. Yeah, definitely. You guys can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, the historical won't be here, so it'll probably actually fucking work.
It'll work. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just won't show up anymore. I seem to be the problem.
I mean, honestly,
We love it when you come by and bring your dirt bike.
Need me to
we
go?
we do love it when he comes.
Yeah. So hopefully it's working for wait. Hopefully it's working now. You guys can see us just fine. Everything's moving. I honestly have no fucking clue what's going on with this shit anymore. You know?
It's because Neil Pitts finally showed up. He showed up. It started working. We were missing Neil.
Yeah, thanks, Neil.
Deal of a deal, Neil.
Yeah.
I don't know, V8. We'll have to ask him.
Most likely not.
I'm gonna say no.
Is he behind? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, that was wait, is it frozen again? No. Okay, thank God. I already rubbed the rundown earlier. Anthony, what do we got going on?
Did you rub the rub down?
Yeah,
He
remember
did
we were
rub the
gonna
rub
quit.
down. Yeah.
That's what caused this problem.
I am drinking an energy drink at 8:30 p.m.
Rub down. Well, the first segment was Unemployed in Vegas, a Vandal retrospective. I think we probably covered that already.
Nailed it.
So I got a few other little segments. Tonight's Take This Job and Shove It. So Vandal's been unemployed, and I've been getting little texts and messages all week filling me in on his trials and tribulations, so it's been fun. But I thought we'd do some other segments about this. So first segment's called The Devil Wears Carhartt. Second one is interview questions. To try and help those of us who have to do interviews, maybe to have some fresh answers for them to hear. I have a little segment called Name That Job. We'll talk more about that when we get there. And last and certainly least, we do have job parts this evening. So Vandal's going to give us some jobs, and we're going to have to guess how much you get paid for them. So it should be pretty good. And I just wanted everybody to know that I made this special Fence Nuts background just for you.
It's
That's
a
nuts.
nuts fence. It's a fence with.
You didn't catch that when it first came on the
I
screen?
never catch fence nuts.
No, but the fence catches nuts.
Yeah. The fence catches your nuts.
Slide right through.
This is what happens when a tornado goes through a walnut farm.
And everybody who wins this evening will receive $1,000 worth of fence nuts.
Still better than a $25 gift certificate to a gas station.
I hate this. I hate this. I hate it here.
If it's $25 gift card for 7-Eleven, that's 42 rollers.
After he called you the guy on the oatmeal box, I could not get this out of my brain.
Quaker
It's
Oats.
like, you look like you should be on like some kind of currency with that, and this just worked out so well. So
If
Flicked it
the
back
South
today
won
for a
the Civil
reason.
War,
Don't
I
worry,
think
Patrick. You're just
Patrick
in time.
and
Do
Neil
not go back.
won the
Don't go back.
won the lottery. Do not
Don't
just
go
hit
back
the
and
live
watch.
button, Patrick,
Don't.
and just stay right here. Neil
So,
and Patrick coming
if you
in.
want to run the bumper for Devil Wears Carhartt, we can get on with that.
And then
Geek.
And Kentucky
Question
would
in
like
the
to know
chat.
what Geekus is drinking.
Ryan Ginger. Ryan Ginger.
Or I don't know if you can even run.
I say we skip running bumpers and just go right into it.
I'd like to get off of this screen as soon as. There we go.
All right, Anthony, bumpers down. It's raining outside. Ooh.
All right, the Devil Wears Carhartt. So, we talk a lot of times about bad bosses on this show, different things, especially Vandal has done to some of his bad bosses. But I thought maybe we could do bad bosses, or I would prefer if we talk about a boss that was actually good. I mean, has anyone ever had a boss? Boss has such a negative connotation to it to begin with. So, normally if you call somebody your boss, typically it's somebody that you're not like big fan of. So I'm just curious, any of you guys have any good stories, or you can be bad stories about a boss that you worked for, funny stories, whatever. I just thought this would be an opportunity to talk about that since it's supposed to be a job episode.
I plead the fifth.
On a
Yeah,
good
really?
boss.
The good bosses I've had were all sergeants, all in the military.
That's still
That
your
doesn't
boss.
really
That's okay.
count.
It doesn't
Uh,
really count.
It doesn't.
It's a job.
You got paid for it. You
after
signed up
that-
for it. You applied to do it. He told you what to do. You sucked at it. He's your boss.
After that, no. I've just had bosses.
Fair enough. Sue Rug, you have kind of a unique situation because talk about your
How's your boss?
a
How's
really
your
good
boss,
boss,
Sue?
but,
Tell us
Rug?
about your boss, Sewer Rug.
Yeah.
But
but being in the industry that you've been in, I'm sure you've had some good bosses and some really shitty bosses.
oh yeah, I've had meth head bosses, and then I've had fantastic bosses. My last boss that I had, best boss ever. Very laid back. You know, I wrecked the company car, and he's like, "We'll get you a new one. Take a day off."
Was it
You
you?
know, pretty cash. It was me. Yeah, I wrecked my own car. No, it was my last boss.
I crashed my own car.
I did a job with him once, and it was like a horrible job. And he was like, "Hey, you know, this is Colorado. Do you partake?" And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "After a job like that, I'd partake." You know, and I was like, "Oh,
And then
you're
you
cool.
smoke it, and he's like, "You're fired, druggie."
Gotcha, sucker." No, he had a Tigger tattoo on his ankle. He,
Oh, you know he's wild then.
he's a wild guy, but he was a good boss. I was a good boss when I managed a warehouse once, and I had a bad employee. That's the story I want to tell. I had a bad employee, and he messed things up, and then I demoted him. And when I went to demote him, he got angry with me and he wanted to fight me, and so a scuffle ensued. And
Oh,
I
wow.
brought him to the ground, and I brought him to the ground in my office, and my office had cameras, you know, so the corporate could see what I was doing there, and I was managing all these kids, and to stop him from like assaulting or trying to hit me, I balled up my fist and I just like hammered down on his nose and went, "No," you know, like a bad dog. I went, "No, no, stop right there." So I was a good boss in that moment because I demoted the guy, didn't fire him, and had to tap him on the nose like a bad dog. So I've had good bosses, and then in the sewer industry, I've had bad bosses in California that were sketchy and like going and snorting things and coming back and be like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be great," and disappearing for hours, and then coming back and be like, "You want a pierogi?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then you disappear again. And so like, yeah, I've had bad bosses, but I've had good bosses too. Sewers. What about you, Geekus?
Not really had any terrible bosses. I've had hilarious ones that go on power trips that make me giggle. But for the most part, I've not really had many bosses who were terrible. Because working in a restaurant, most people are, if they're already psychotic, they're the fun kind of psychotic, or they've already left because they can't handle what's going on.
So it's either you're about to snap or you snap.
Correct.
All right.
But either way, they're sorry about it.
Oh. Always
So
on the
sorry, eh? Oh, so
scale.
sorry.
They're always on the scale. That's a good way to say it.
Yeah.
Scale.
But Vandal, have you ever had a good boss?
I'm in the same kind of boat as Snorkel, right? Like in the military, I had a couple of great leaders, and I get what Snorkel's saying. Of course, I'm gonna give him shit. But a couple of those guys,
I
taught me more.
expected nothing else, but yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
A couple of those guys taught me the best lessons I've ever learned. You know, in
Fuck yeah,
life.
yeah.
You know, and shit, whether good, bad, whatever in between. I would say not the worst boss I ever had, but I had one boss's husband get mad and have her fire me.
Yeah, that guy's a dick.
Yeah, because he was defending his brother that was a real man who had a fucking man bun, and he was 95
Also, he was
pounds.
such a man. He got his
Yeah.
wife to fire you. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing that exudes manhood like that more than me. But you know, I can't say too much. You know, I've told you guys about it. You know, the Rocky guy from Home Depot. I put my nuts in the
Yeah.
frap or whatever. The one of the funner ones I will say is that when I was working at that pet place, right? I'm not sure I told you guys how I quit that place, but I was working at that pet grooming boarding place, and my boss, she was cool, but like you didn't trust her kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
she would tell me stories like me on the weekends. We would cover the dog yards where we're babysitting dogs, you know, and shit like that, or the you know, boarding them and shit. And she taught me stories about like freebasing in San Francisco and shit. And I'm like, oh, cool. And then I'm like, I just smoked 42 bong rips of weed and slept with our dog washer, but I'm not telling you that. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, you know. And then she said she was pregnant. No. But that
Did you take
job,
her to Kmart then?
yeah.
Or-
So that job, I ended up quitting because we hired this lady to come in because she had experience at a different dog place in a different city or state. This is like 2005, maybe 2006. And it was before I joined the army. And when she first came in, of course, super nice. Like, oh, what do you guys do here? I just want to learn how you guys do it and all this shit, blah, blah, blah. And then, like 2 weeks later, bitch was on a power trip, and like, just so everyone knows, I'll use bitch for a dude. Ern, you're a bitch, see? So, anyways, she was a total bitch. And so she would start like trying to change stuff, and then like she would change. She was in charge of like your schedule. So what we did back then, we didn't have a time clock. We had like 8 employees. You know what I mean? So you'd come in, and sign on the little what is it, the clipboard or whatever. And I was like a shift manager, but she was like the main manager, right, or whatever. So anyways, she was just being told, bitch, change stuff. And when you sign in, she would change your time. She would go in there and erase it and then add stuff. So like, say like if you like you had to go take a shit, right? And you took more than like 4 minutes, she would go in and subtract a minute from your fucking time clock or thing, on the clipboard and do that shit. And so like, I got my paycheck one time and it was short like 3 hours. And I'm like, there's no fucking way. She's like, well, you went outside that one time to go get lunch and you came back a minute late. And then I was like, fuck this. There's no like, we're not making that much money as it is at this place. You know what I mean? Like, we were staying afloat, but the owner chick that was talking about freebasing or whatever had to like, ask her older brother that was like a successful lawyer for money all the time. She would tell me this shit. And so I was like, this isn't worth, this place is going to fall apart as it is. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck this. I quit. I gave him my key. I walked out. And then the owner lady like called me like, oh, what's going on? Because I'm a good worker. Fuck you. Like, I don't give a fuck, And she's like, I was like, I can't deal with this lady being there. I was like, I work good and all this stuff. And I was like, I'm not throwing an ultimatum at you, but as long as she's there, I'm not going to work there. Like, it's miserable. And like 2 days later, like 4 other people quit. So we're down to like 3 people and her, and all that stuff. So anyways, I ended up, distancing myself in that place. So a couple years later, I was working at Home Depot where I put my nuts in that guy's Frappuccino or whatever, right? And so I was a tool rental manager, and I was walking around and I was helping customers and shit. And we had these vendors that come in, right? So if like say like Ryobi or like Rigid or whatever it was, they'd have people come in to stock their products, right? That's all they would do. But so this one though wasn't anything cool like that. It was like the candy at the Home Depot checkout, like, oh, let me get these TGI Fridays potato skins that have been here for 3 years. That sounds good on a job site after sitting in the sun at 110 degrees. You know what I mean? Oh, is this warm fucking NOS energy drink? Let's combo it. So I'm walking around, and like I see the person stocking that stuff, and I when I was working at a job as customer service, but I was also just always trying to be nice to like, whether you're overnight stalkers, whether you're those people, whether you're the scanner people that come and do inventory, whatever. So I was like, oh, hey, how's it going? Need help with anything? It was this lady turns around. It was the owner of the dog place. And so I was like, Cynthia, is that you? She's like, oh yeah. Hey, Chris, like, what are you doing here? And I had my apron on. I was like, bitch, you know what I'm doing? I'm working. But anyways, I was like, oh, I'm just at work. How have you been? Like, oh, the dog place, and of course I know her sitting there with the scanner putting fucking old ass lifesavers on the shelf. That place obviously didn't work out, but you're nice, you're cordial. And I'm like, how's it going? Is the pet's life still, oh no, yeah. I didn't pay the taxes for the 3 years that we were open. So I went to jail for like 6 months. And then this is the only, yeah. And this is the only job I could get. And she's like, you think you could help me out here? They got like cashier jobs. I was like, I no fucking way I'm vouch in my mind, of course. I didn't say it out loud, but out loud I was like, yeah, no problem. Like, I got you, But in my mind I was like, I'm not gonna fucking recommend someone that committed fucking tax fraud for a job handling money. Like, get the fuck out of here. So anyways, I found out through like, because like I kept in touch with a couple of people I worked with for a couple of years, obviously not to this point, at that place. And I guess after that, because I was in the army at that point, she went back to prison or whatever. She lied to the government twice about it. First, she didn't file the taxes and was cooking the books. And then after that, she was keeping all the money that she was making in like an account that she didn't tell anyone about. So she had like a couple $100,000 while she was still taking money from her brother to run her business into the ground and all this stuff. But other than that, man, like, she was a cool boss. Like, like, it was funny. One time we had people that they thought were trying to break into the dog place, and she paid me like $30 an hour to spend the night in the dog place. I brought a sleeping bag in my Xbox, and I just slept in the fucking vet area where we had the groom and shit, and I was just like, well, just make sure I don't fucking touch my dick tonight because I got cameras on me, but other than that, it's all been like the average shit. And,
criminals make the best bosses, huh?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I've worked almost, everybody here has worked at any job. I don't care where it's at. You've probably done something illegal or something uncouth, right? Something that, it's
Never.
nothing like you're not murdering
No, never.
people.
No.
You're not
Not
burying people,
Not once.
whatever it is.
Ah.
But here's the
Clean
thing,
record.
like, I've worked
Yeah,
for some
clean,
people
totally.
that have committed crimes and shit like that. But if you're doing like the big money shit, like fuck it, let me live big. Let me get a cut for at least like 2 years. Put me to prison after. That's fine. But let me go fucking live it up somewhere for a little bit before that. You know what I mean? Like hook me up. Get me in on this shit. Like I'm here for you. Let me
You need
know if we're
shout-outs
going to
in
sell
chat.
products illegally that we shouldn't fucking sell because it's illegal federally. What? No. Anyway, so there's a lot of people in chat. I talk very long time. I don't know why I speak like Asian.
Oh, there's a lot of
I
stories.
talk
to-
very
to-
long time.
Yeah, I talk very long time. I don't know why I just moved here. I'm Van
I
Dam.
give you $2 to holler chat.
Holler chat. Okay.
There's some great stuff out
No,
there.
there is some. Oh, it is
All
beautiful.
right.
Although I feel bad for Kentucky having shitty HR in a restaurant job because yell at your fucking servers. If they can't hack it, they need to leave.
So Ern says, I fucking hate conducting interviews. That's where that part started. And then Ben says, I'm a mechanic. I've had some real winners for bosses over the years.
No, reread what his autocorrect actually said.
I've had some real winters for bosses over the years.
There we go. Autocorrect
coming.
knows.
And then we have Ern says, my bosses are actually pretty cool. They own weed dispensaries and are younger than me. Man, doesn't that make you feel like shit? No, Ern says, also, well, the owners are cool. The VP is a cunt that's ruining the company. That's usually how it goes. Ben says, one boss ratted a dude out for smoking to the DM like a day after I smoked weed with that boss in the tire room.
That's a dick. Damn.
Steve-O says, my boss at the last restaurant I worked at was pretty great. Man, fuck you. No, I'm kidding. Steve-O, that's cool. I'm happy for you. When Tucky Shine says, I was a good boss, do your shit and do it right and go home. Piss me off, different story. He's breaking out the fanny pack of doom. No. Steve-O says, I still had a job to go back to even after several impatient stays. Delane says, I had a boss that used to go into our bathroom, blow that shit up every morning. Oh my God, this reminded me. Okay, I got something too. I had a boss go in our bathroom, blow that shit up every morning, then have me call maintenance to come clear the clog. Ern says the manager that gave me a lap dance was pretty cool. And then Delane continued her story. So every morning, the 6'2" large lady ruined the bathroom, and my 5'4" self had to have them unclog it while she acted like she had no idea what happened. Excuse me. When Tucky Shine says, I'm in a restaurant now, I found out you can't yell at people like you can in construction. It hurts their feelings. Oh, I have to visit HR on Monday.
Rules.
Tough enough. God, it's not hard. Figure it out.
Steve-O said, my current boss made me a business partner, so he's technically not a boss anymore. So they started an OnlyFans, link in bio. Let's see, what else do we have here? Geekus, or wait. Yeah, Geekus is replying to when Tucky doesn't surprise me. I said send it anyways. Now I'm getting all over the place. And then Delane says, I'm still traumatized. I flush every toilet before I use it just to make sure it flushes because I can't do it again. And then when Tucky Shine says, something this generation doesn't have. When you are trained by an old school guy, you learn to be old school. I tell my kids, you have to be there for 8 hours. You might as well do your job. And then Ern says, I get to work alone most days, so that makes me happy. The other two I work with are either worthless or just a moron. And I think that's everybody can identify with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And the whole poop thing. So at my last employer, you guys don't know who I'm talking about. We never talked about them. Yeah. So anyways, when I first started working there, there was this girl whose position I was taking over for the social media spot, right? And she was a very nice girl, but from like one of those sheltered-y, like, we're rich, but we're weird families. Like, this is my opinion, like, we'll wear dress shirts and stuff, but maybe these crystals do something for you. You know what I mean? It's like, you're rich, dude. You're smart enough to know that, anyways. So I had this little desk area, right? And at that place, it was a 2-story office, and I had the boss's office was behind me, and I had this long table desk with these windows that looked over the warehouse when I first started, right? And so over to my left though was the bathroom. And when I first started, we had 2 other offices up there. It was the social media guy. He was our marketing guy and our IT, basically like fucking everything computer guy, right? He ran the websites, he did the SEO, he did all that shit. And then the back office was the owner and our general manager, which her name was Ashley. You know, really cool chick, super buff, not buff, but super fit, worked out all the time. But anyways, like I was saying, the bathroom for the upstairs offices was right next to my desk. You know, so of course, you know, most of the time, girls ain't taking shits at work. It is what it is. Like, girls, we know you shit. You fucking let it flow. But anyways, since she worked out so much, she always drink like 8 to 9 protein shakes. I loved Ashley. She was a great boss. She was a good boss. So there we go. I gave that credit. But she would take the fattest fucking shit every fucking day. And I'm talking like 10 shits a day, because she was a very active person. She was very fit. You know, she walked around and like, I've never seen someone get scared of a chick in flip-flops the way she'd walk into a warehouse. You just hear, and then everyone's like, oh, it's Ashley. And she came out and she's like, oh, what's up, guys? You know, and she had her vape in her hand, you know, and all this shit. So anyways, it was bad. It was kind of bad. So it smelled bad, you know, and I didn't want to be rude and be like, hey, yo, my new boss, your shit stinks, you know, put a fucking air freshener in the bathroom. So what I decided to do was go to like Walmart or something, and I got those little tree air fresheners, you know, because they're so fucking cheap, you know, and I just hung one up next to the thing. You know, I hang it off the back of the monitor, and I figured the heat coming off the monitor would push it up into the air, you know, no one would see it. I didn't want to embarrass anybody. I didn't want to get fired either. So, you know, I was like, okay. So anyways, it didn't work. One of them was not enough. So I put a fan behind the monitor to blow it, you know, towards out, and wasn't enough. So I ended up putting like 3 of these up, and I thought I did it in a way where it looks like, oh, I just enjoy these, not like bitch your ass smells, you know? And then so I told the one guy about it, our marketing guy about it. Like, I was like, dude, your shits are bad, man. Like, is this going to be like this all the time? Like, I got to wear a mask. And this is before COVID. This is like 2017 and shit, you know? And all that stuff. And like, he was laughing. So anyways, the owner, she came by to use the bathroom, and she saw that I had these fucking air fresheners, right? And like, she stopped. She didn't say anything to me, but she stopped and looked at him. She's like, the fuck, you know, like, what's going on? And then I guess she ended up talking to the marketing guy, and he told her like, yeah, sure, shits are bad. So like, the owner and the Ashley chick, they shared an office at that time, because we actually had like a bunch of employees at that point. You know, that was back when you could do retail sales and shit. So anyways, I heard everything that went on in that office. You know what I mean? I heard every conversation. Of course, I act like I don't know what's going on. But she went in there, and it's like, she closed the door, and she's like, hey, can you get some air fresheners? Apparently your shits are stinking up the fucking thing, and he can't fucking breathe over there, and you're over here fucking doing your protein shakers and dropping them off in the bathroom and all this shit. And so she didn't talk to me for like a week after that. You know, I didn't mean to embarrass her or anything. She ended up being a great boss. I felt like we got to become like friends at one point. You know what I mean? And shit
Sure.
like that. But man, them turds, bro. And it's funny because like every once in a while someone will remember it, but hey, remember she used to take them fat shits? You know, and I'm like, yeah, dude. So
Remember when you used to work in an office?
yeah. Not anymore. I wasn't built that way.
What happens when you call them out on their shit, man?
Poop jokes.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, and then okay, so we got one more story, and then we'll go on a couple more in chat, and then we'll go on to the next segment, I'm guessing. But Delane says the same boss forgot she needed a day off for her anniversary, so she had me cover the events for that day. She forgot the linens and cupcakes for a wedding, and so Delane used to be an event coordinator for like weddings and stuff at the a resort out here. So that's kind of serious. These people paid like 20 grand, and I remember this
Sure.
boss lady. She was a fucking bitch. So she was huge and tall. And you know, I did photography, and they were having a cannabis event at the resort, but there was no weed involved because it was still illegal. And this chick used to like do drugs all the time. So these people would show up to talk about it. And it's like the greasiest fucking, I found this suit jacket in the trash behind Goodwill. They didn't even want it kind of people, you know what I mean? And so this chick was supposed to be running this event, and she ate like 10 edibles, got super fucking baked, and anyways, I'll keep telling Delane's story. Case for a wedding. After 10 calls, sent a voicemail. She answered and told me to figure it out. I had to tell a vegan bride that she forgot and refunded her $300 wedding cake charge. And like, yeah, and here's the thing, like something small, but like that's your fucking wedding. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, like whatever. I don't, but Like that's something that someone's like, oh, look at these pictures of before we had to have kids to be together. You know what I mean? Kind of shit. That's fucked up. Ern says, I still don't have a schedule for next week, but if I try to remind my boss, she tells me I'm annoying. She'll probably yell at me if the other idiot doesn't open the store tomorrow because of her. And then, yeah.
Someone's got to get the blame.
Yeah. Kentucky Shine says, new boat, some floaties in the lake, and some cool drinks. And then we're going to have a Fallout Cella at Kentucky's, apparently. So he says to bring some tents. I'll pitch one. We'll be fine. We'll be ready to go.
But
Yeah.
that's not.
Not
Oh,
sleeping in Vandal's tent.
see, I'll bring a fanny pack.
Yeah. All right. So what's next, Anthony? What do we got next?
Let's do some interview questions.
All right. Bumper is up.
Sure, I'm prepared.
This is great because I'm going to need some practice, I think.
It's just for you. That's why I did this.
Oh, it's just.
It's just for you.
He says
You
just
get-
for me. Shut the fuck up, Sewer Roy.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Disregard.
Yeah. No.
Go get him, Van. I'll tell you, buddy.
So no, I thought
I
it'd
have
be
to.
fun.
I have to mute myself.
I came up with some random, like the first one's a pretty normal one, and then they kind of get a little weirder after that. But just some interview questions that I thought would be fun, because what I want us to do is give the answer that you would give in an interview, and then give me like the real answer. Like, really, what's the truth about this? So you guys shout them out when no rhyme, no rules, no anything. This first one, and you know what I thought this whole time? I'm like, Snorkel will already have all of these prepared. Like, he will know, he's thought these through, he knows exactly what to say. Yes, Mr. Geekus.
You said no rhymes, but what if, incidentally, the answer does rhyme?
Can
Then
you,
just
earn
remember that
double-
you don't want a peanut,
What
You
if there?
earn double fence nuts.
and
No,
I
put that away.
totally mean it.
So, that's how
Put
it
that
goes.
away. What if there is a reason for our answer, though? Along with that question.
What if there's a rhyme and a reason?
What if we're prepared and have a
What
rhyming?
if every
reason?
slide for the rest of the show has fence nuts behind it? Because it does.
Disregard. Move on. Let's go. This is great. Here we go. Interview.
I just
So,
wanna
Bando,
find
you're
out-
welcome to read these out. Like I said, whoever answer them as you'd like, and chat.
So
please,
imagine you're applying to be a cart
Dude.
pusher at Target like I did years ago and got laughed out of an interview. What animal would you be if you were an animal?
Platypus.
Do not
Next
pick
question.
any non-domesticated animals.
Platypus. Next question.
Yeah. I'd be that bat I saw on Instagram that was peeing.
So
right
you were
side up.
saying that you're toxic and lay eggs?
No, it's so he can make his own custard.
My interview answer would be I'd be a tiger because I pounce on all my obstacles and I achieve greatness. My real answer? Yeah, something like it, like a gerbil.
House cat.
Just nonsense.
Tony-
Goes in
Tony
circles.
Scrapper.
Go with a very, very easy, nice, safe answer. Something domesticated.
So, Snorkel, what
Platypus.
would your answer to this be?
I'd most likely pick horse, simply because of hardworking, diligent, dependable, and sturdy.
See, Snorkel's good at interviews like I am. Anyway, so what animal would you really be?
Fucking millipede. Are you fucking kidding? 1,000 goddamn legs? Fucking like crawling all over people's walls and shit, freaking them out, hiding
Actually,
inside of
is that
shoes.
an animal?
That's an insect. You're fired.
Yeah,
No,
actually,
animal
vertebrae.
insects are still in the animal phylum.
They are in the animal kingdom.
They are
Mm,
not.
See
they
how
are
well
not a
that
veg-
works at Burger
They are
King.
not a plant or a fungus. They are an animal.
You're gonna say that to a manager at Burger King, and they're gonna think you're insulting their intelligence by using big words.
I get paid like $25 an hour to wash dishes. Why am I going to Burger King?
I'm writing this down as Snorkel
Why,
did it wrong.
why the fuck am I going to Burger King?
Now, Mr. Maximus, you did say that platypus. Is that your answer for the interview, or is that the real answer, or is it both?
It's both because I want to see how they react.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to engage in a dialogue here. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're
What's
toxic
your
and you lay
reasoning
eggs.
behind choosing a platypus, so you have to
Uh,
expand on the answer.
because they are nature's greatest mistake.
Mistake? God doesn't make mistakes.
God's not real, man.
Where's
made-
where's he applying for a job? Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, exactly. Hobby Lobby or Chick-fil-A.
Free range cotton.
I-
Anyway,
Oh,
um,
shit.
I gotta know.
Me?
Yeah.
Interview animal.
Well, I'd be a golden retriever because while I know how to have fun, I can listen and do what you ask me to do. In real life, I'd be a fucking sloth because I hate you and you're a piece of shit.
God damn it.
Hells
Don't take
yes.
those things so
Hells
seriously.
yes. Anthony's Animal's a sloth too, ain't it?
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because fuck that. The sloths are the best. Think about it. You see them like laying in the road and you're like, oh, let me help you. And you're like, fuck off, bitch. I can
And then
catch
you
you
get
later."
some random tourist coming up, picking you up, moving you more than you've moved your entire life and putting you in a brand new tree. Fuck yeah, sloth.
But yeah, a real quick interjection. I interviewed for after I got out of the army. I interviewed for a cart pusher at Target. You know,
Yes, Kentucky, we're hiring.
fuck you, Kentucky. I'm going.
All going.
I applied to be a cart pusher. That's it. You literally just push carts all day, you know. And I was like,
Yeah.
you got to start somewhere, you know. And I was like, okay, let's fucking go. So I go in, I got a haircut, I slicked my hair back, wore my nice shirt, tucked my pants in, and fucking
Wore your nice shirt,
yeah.
singular. I just have the
That's
one.
the one night.
Well, I had other shirts, but they were like, let's go to the club and get drunk shirts. You know what I mean? Anyways, I had flames on it. You wore it to the bowling alley? No. So I go in and do the interview. The first part goes great. It was this chick. She's like, oh, I was going to ask you some basic questions, and we'll do a second interview with like one of the store assistant
A
managers. Like, okay.
second interview to push carts. All right,
Yeah,
sorry, go
it's
ahead.
fucking insane, right? I thought they'd be like, oh, you're alive. Welcome. Like, So anyways.
Fog this mirror.
Yeah. And so
we got three sloths now with Delane chiming in.
and after the army, I hadn't interviewed for anything in like
Point clown.
years, right?
Yeah.
I do not interview well. I can work my ass
Shocking.
off. You put me on it, I cannot interview well at all. I'm like over here thinking 1,000 times, blah blah blah. Anyways,
I interviewed too
quiet.
well.
the first chick was like, "You're amazing. I think this will be great." The second guy's gonna come in, and then we'll go from there. And I was like, "Okay, cool. I got this job. About to be pushing some carts in 100-degree weather, and all this shit." And then so the second guy comes in. He's like a big, tall guy, like 6'5", but he looked like he had a fucking stroke or something. One eye was lower than the other. And so he started asking me questions. And the other chick was like, she seemed like she wanted to be there. You know what I mean? So I had fun with that part, answering the questions and stuff. But he was the one that's like, let me ask you hypotheticals that don't really matter about shit. You know what I mean? It's like those ones, I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, like every place had that interview where it's like, oh, if a coworker's crying, do you ask them what's wrong? Do you keep working? Do you keep working and ask them what's wrong? Do you pay their mortgage? Those stupid fucking kind of questions. And it was like that. And so I was like, fuck, I don't know how to answer this shit. How about you just let me go to fucking work? You know what I mean? And so anyways, he's like, I was trying to think of the right things to say, which was wrong. I should have just been a dumbass because I was going to get it in my own dumbass self because I didn't get it anyways. But he's like, oh, if you've ever had a problem with like a manager or a person before, how would you approach it and how would you handle it? I'm like, just do my fucking job in my head. But I was like, oh, these guys want one of those answers. It's Target. I didn't have green hair back then, so I was like, how do I think like this? And so I was like, yeah, so I got nervous. I didn't know what to say. So I was like, oh, I'd write a letter and then I'd note and I would let them know. And then I would tell HR, and like, I would see if they'd be okay with talking about, you know what I mean? Like I was trying to say the right fucking answer. And the guy at the end of it was just like, huh, all right, well, we'll let you know. And I was like, fuck, man. I was like, fuck you. Fuck you. I didn't even get approved to do carts, so obviously they didn't go with me. So that Target was by the house, so we went there to go buy some stuff. They hired a fucking 90-looking-year-old man, dude. He was pushing 2 carts at a fucking time.
I had the right
but
answer.
yeah, I don't know what the fuck the answer was. Just do your fucking job. Like, I don't, anyways. So yeah, next
Well,
question.
the animal
sorry.
that I would use if I was in the interview would be a honey badger because they're fearless, and
Honey badger don't give a fuck.
right, exactly. So, if you want
Doesn't drive
somebody
fast.
that can run your team and is fearless, it's me. Yeah, but I think in real life it
But
would.
unfortunately, honey badgers are not team animals.
No, they're real, and I never was either.
Yeah, that's a problem. Here at Company X, we work as a team.
yeah.
God damn it, I even love the word team.
Your team's gonna have a hard time
Team.
keeping up with me. That's basically what's gonna happen. But no, what Vanna was talking about, I have to tell real quick. When I worked for Walmart, they had this thing where you sat in front of a computer and did these learning things, and they
Oh God, yeah.
go through it. And the only section I'm going to tell you about has to do with service animals. So there's a section, and there's a lady that's reading along with this as you're reading it on the screen. That's just the way it is. But they get to the section about service animals, and service animals that are allowed in a Walmart are like, dog, cat, bird, monkey, and miniature horse. And as this woman is reading this, she stops before miniature horse, and you can tell she doesn't want to laugh before she says the next word. And I'm like, miniature horse. And then a few lines after that, it says, if a service animal might accidentally make a mess in the store, you have to like help clean it up. And I'm like, okay, so we got a miniature horse walking around the store as a service animal to someone who just takes a dump in the aisle, and we're like, no. Like, there's no way. I never saw a miniature horse come in, but even though that is allowed, just makes me laugh. Anyway,
I could
right,
imagine like being like one of those like a gardening employee at Walmart, and you're over there making like $9 an hour, and they're like, go clean up that horse shit. Fuck you.
Well, I mean, you're already working a job that's horse shit, so I mean,
Yeah. But here's the thing: if I want to apply to Walmart because I want to be one of those people like I'm on my break and then like go to work. You know what I mean? Just keep working. Like, where's this at? I'm on my break and then keep working. But the next question says, "What's your greatest strength and weakness?" I hate this fucking question.
I know you do. And the same rules apply on this one. I'd like to hear what you'd say in an interview, and then what you might be willing to reveal about yourself. So I thought that would be good. In chat, please feel free to throw yours in there as well. I know, Ern, you don't have any weaknesses, but some of us do. So
Some of us are just human.
Fake it a little bit, will you?
Steve-O said, "So no emotional support hamsters? No, those belong in your ass. Have you never seen South Park?"
Oh, is that where they go?
Zurich said he wanted to be a gerbil. I think that's a dangerous animal to be.
Yeah.
Depending on the part of the country you live in.
Geekus, I
Greatest
think you're
strength.
muted.
Who?
Geekus is
What?
muted.
Oh, he should be.
oh, I shouldn't be.
There you go.
All right. I think Geekus
your-
was telling a story.
What's your greatest strength, Geekus? Miming. That's a good strength. I like that one. That would work for me. I'd buy that book.
Yeah. All right, Sewer Rug, if you're applying to yourself, what's your greatest strength and weakness?
My greatest strength is my adaptability and team membership. My greatest weakness is I care too much.
That's not a weakness. Shut the fuck.
Oh, you don't want to
In reality, my greatest strength is procrastination and faking it and being like, oh yeah, I was supposed to be there. Whoops, the dog ate my homework. And then my greatest weakness would be just smoking the weed. It slows me down. I can try to put a Sudini on the screen after a little Dynavap. Good luck.
Like fast forward, Sudini.
17 questions, 7 minutes. Out of here.
Sold.
Steve-O said about the hamster, that's how they support your emotions. You're right. I apologize. When Taki Shine says, Anthony, when I was doing security at the mall, we had people like that. It's a fucking horse. How are you going to get emotional support?
Horse.
I'm having an anxiety attack. Nay, thanks, horse.
What's yours, Geekus? What's your interview answers for strength, weakness?
Strength is team player,
Uh-huh.
and weakness is sorry. What did you say?
What is your greatest weakness? Yeah.
Sometimes you got to repeat what you're saying to me because I hear what you're saying, but it's not always recording.
It's not what you say in an interview. That's bad news. Bad news. And what's the truth? What's the truth? Your greatest strength, video game.
He needs
Oh,
money.
gaming for sure.
There you go.
What
No.
what was your passion for mid-entry design into selling stuff at Walmart? I need a fucking paycheck, bitch. No. Delane says her PC answers, I think I'll decide the box and I work too hard. Steve-O says my greatest strength is my biggest weakness. Yeah. And that's exactly what I would say too, because I know you guys hated it, but I'd be like Michael Scott, and he's like when he's interviewing for the thing in the office. He's like,
Please don't do anything Michael Scott does.
my weakness would be that I care too much and I work too hard. And then he's like, "Aren't those strengths?" You're right. Well, Now, my greatest strength is kind of like sewer rugs. I'm a really good procrastinator. That means I find innovative ways to get things done in the shortest amount of time possible.
Yeah.
You
I could, phone it in for 90% of it. The last 10%, solid. You'll go, he was way prepared. No, I wasn't. I just kind of fucking put it all together. So, yeah.
All right, I want to hear Snorkel's polished answer to this because I'm sure there is one.
It's just the bullshit of always downplaying your strengths and how you would develop them further at the company you're applying for, and always acknowledging weaknesses and how you've constantly worked to improve them.
It's so good.
God, that's
It's
so
so dumb. But
I would hire you. Oh, man.
I'd hire you so hard.
one of the easiest ones I ever had is detail oriented or attention to detail for a strength,
Same thing,
and then self criticism when I'm not as good at a task as I could have been and have to take extra steps to correct it. That can sometimes take longer, which will be a weakness.
I would have hired you on the spot and been so disappointed afterwards. Like,
You always, definitely. I got hired once for saying, if you've got time to lean, you've got time to clean.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a McDonald's mantra right there.
There's no hope for me, man. I can't do this shit. I gotta get disabled real fucking fast.
The real one is I don't give a fuck what you think. My strength is I don't give a fuck, and my weakness is I don't give a fuck.
Nice.
Delane
Yeah.
says for her real answer, I can and will do everyone else's job because nobody else can do it right, and I can't not let it get done. Weakness, goldfish brain. I don't write it down, it's forgotten.
4 minutes later, it's gone. It didn't
Yeah.
exist.
That's why
Fuck
I
that.
can't remember shit. Like we plan stuff. When Tucky Shrine says great strength, I show up. I still show up.
That
the
is
truth.
actually an extremely good strength.
Ern says I was honest in my interview. Both that are I'm direct and don't sugarcoat anything. I think it's a strength, but most find it abrasive. If someone asks me a stupid question, I make them work through it themselves. What milligram is this liquid? What does the box say? And the worst part is,
Ern, do you say it like the
You
song?
guys gave me all
What does
kinds of
the
shit for
box
doing the
say?
same thing to the lady at the laundromat. Like,
yeah,
just
but
fucking
see,
read. Can you
she was
read?
just friendly. That's different, you know. But
That's different.
That's
Ern,
different.
Ern
Stupid
knows
is
exactly.
stupid no matter what form it comes in.
And Ern knows exactly what I'm saying. At one point, we hired a different member of the said family of men, you know, in the warehouse that we had to, like, you know, they basically just pulled orders, right? I'd go put the paper out there in the tray, and it'd be like, hey, we need 3 bottles of, just for an example, of this juice, green, purple, blue, or whatever it was, yellow or shit, and 6 milligrams, right? So he would go and he would find the name of the, so it'd say like the name of it, and I'm just using colors for reference. It'd be like black, right? 6 milligram. And he'd go out and grab 6 bottles of black. Granted, this guy worked for 5 years in the lab before he threatened to stab. He pulled out a knife on the guy that said that I wasn't a man. So, like, I understand Ern
Oh,
completely.
boy.
It's the family fucking business, you stupid fat shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't even know the family fucking business? God. But anyways,
Well, that's where they said all the people from the family that can't really get real jobs.
oh yeah,
You can go work at the vape factory.
My cousin, he gets you on the factory floor.
yeah. And the worst part is, like, couldn't fucking read half the time. But anyway, I could go on forever. V8, like, we don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Be anything.
All right, the last one I've got for this segment was one I made it myself because I thought it was kind of telling. So we'll see what you think.
What dessert best describes your personality? Oh,
Oh, well done. Well done.
Thank you. I've never
Haven't
been
heard
asked this
this.
question,
Yeah,
but
no,
I thought
No.
this could be a really kind of telling answer because it's something you wouldn't go in prepared for, you know?
This would throw me if I got this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First thing that came to
'Cause how
mind.
do you give an answer to this that's beneficial to whatever it is you're trying to achieve here?
I mean, the
I don't-
sucky thing is my actual answer would not work.
I don't want to think too deep. First thing that came to mind was I would say, "Oh, tiramisu," because I'm complex.
And made of lady fingers?
I don't know the
This is-
rules. Is that never actually had it?
If you
I
actually
mean, not
answer
Ern,
like
sorry.
that,
Sewer
it's like I'm
Rug,
complex and I have lady fingers.
Sewer Rug,
And
your,
I have lady
yeah.
fingers.
Sewer Rug,
Also-
your business has to be successful because this isn't going to work out for you anywhere else.
No pressure.
Your
Actually-
future depends on you, man.
So
What
sewer
about
rug.
Sewer Rug having to interview someone? So
Yes,
what brings
that.
you to the world of sewers?
Okay,
What
when I
sewer
said I-
rug?
I've
When
always
you
been
have to get
fascinated
an
with pipes underground.
when you have to get an apprentice sewer rug, this is the first question you ask on their interview. If they tell you they have lady fingers, you hire them on the spot.
when I ran that warehouse and had a day crew of 16 and a night crew of 8, these guys were all off Craigslist, right? And they would just call me and I'd be like, yeah, show up to the warehouse. You know, I'll be there around 9.
Patrick.
I fucking
These-
hate you, Patrick.
The questions I asked were not your typical interview questions. You know, I was not good at the interview process, even being on the interviewer side of things, not the interviewee. You know, it was very generic. So yeah, no, I wouldn't do great. I wouldn't. I'd fail.
Patrick says an oatmeal cream pie, and I hate you because I have a very active imagination.
Made me see that.
Yep,
Did you see oatmeal getting cream pied?
I saw a cum in the middle of oatmeal.
Yeah, yep. Don't worry, we were all there with you.
No,
Yeah.
we weren't.
If I would, you know, my PC answer would be Rocky Road ice cream. While still full of different textures, it still delivers the same great satisfaction that you've become to be used to.
And it's full of nuts.
I was waiting for him to stop talking.
And then my real answer would be hot Cheetos and a fucking cup of noodle soup because that's good and I'm white trash, you piece of shit. Fuck you.
I like your dessert.
That's my favorite dessert. I'm not even lying. I not like you guys, but ice cream, popsicles, candy. Fuck that. I want a cup of noodles with some hot Cheetos in the water. That's my
Hey, you know,
dessert.
to each his own. I mean, they're mung bean, desserts out there. So, just depends on what you like. Do we heard from Snorkel or Geekus about what your dessert
I've
might
not
be?
heard from Geekus yet.
He'd be a Timmy Hortons Bear Claw because he's soft and delicious.
Ooh.
We don't have bear. There's no bear claws.
No better.
Sorry,
Tim
Moose-
Hortons sucks.
Moose
This
Knuckles.
just in.
Tim
Tim,
Horton
Hortons
Moose
is
Knuckle.
worse. Fuck that. Tim Hortons Moose Knuckle.
They got a ham and cheese. You want a ham and cheese?
Probably do have a ham and cheese. That's probably actually no Turkey Club. Now they're trying to add pizzas. What the? Anyways, that's a different chat.
I know I'm putting you on the spot. I'm sorry. This
Going
what this
off
was.
of what Sewer Rug was saying,
Yes.
but being complex and delightful and a little bit of difference, I would go with a Nanaimo bar.
Oh,
Never heard of
what?
it.
Please explain.
Also, something that is proudly Canadian. A Nanaimo bar is it's a 3-layer dessert. It's a little square, rectangle. Actually, if we're going to be real pedantic,
Not a
It's,
rhombus, though.
It's not a rhombus. No,
Kind of dessert a bitch would draw.
exactly.
The fuck outta here.
It's a the base is typically like it's a chocolate kind of brownie-esque sort of consistency, usually made with coconut. The next layer is a custard, and then it's topped with a layer of chocolate fudge.
Sign me up.
They are
Yeah, no
a
doubt. That
bitch
sounds
to
great.
make. Yeah, they're
Just like
fabulous.
Geekus.
I'm getting that this is a purely Canadian answer.
It is
This
a
wouldn't
very
work down here.
good thing I'm not trying to get a job in the States.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
Just saying, I can't
Trying to
use
get
your
one
answer.
here. Trying to get one
I
here.
said, I can't use your answer.
Snorkel
This
would be like,
hurts.
I'm a Kit Kat because I'm crunchy.
But so what you could do is you could say a bag of all dressed chips.
I don't exist down here.
Ketchup chips. Never happened.
Ew,
Ketchup chips
disgusting.
definitely exist, and they're very tasty.
They are disgusting.
We
Oh,
have
come
Earn in
on.
chat says one kid that works for us gives people the wrong product constantly, can never correct color into the computer. Won't open the store on time, etc., etc. Never gets yelled at, still has his job. All because we can't get quality application to replace him. Like, I don't think these people who apply are trying to get jobs. Being qualified for a vape job is rough. It is. And here's the thing. I'm not judging anyone for their walks of life, but this shit started with convicts. Like, literally 90% of the vape world started with convicts that had half meth brains. Like, you know, and like, that they created vaping in a sense. A lot of them did, you know. A lot of people are from like the prison life or like, you know, the down and trodden life. And it's my thing. Like, I get it. Like, it might sound confusing. Milligram. There's literally 3 basic milligrams in a vape shop, you know, and shit like that. And people fuck it up all the time. And here's the thing: is like, I saw it the other day. We went to get lunch and went to Subway. Right, we walk in. The line's kind of long, but it's like, you're like, it's Subway. It can't take that long. Not one person that was taking our order, and I'm not hating on anybody like this, but the owner of the Subway franchise hired people that spoke only Spanish the whole time. So, like, you know, and I'm not hating. Everybody needs the thing, but here's the thing: your customer base is probably going to mostly speak English because this was in like a posher area of town and stuff like that. So, anyways, I go in there, and I'm like, it's funny because I was looking at this, and I was like, yeah, see, it'll be easy to get a job. It'll be easy to get a job. And then I applied for that job I was qualified for, and they said, "Fuck you." So I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on with this.
You know,
shit.
and like where I'm at, there's so many jobs available. There have been like new franchises like Jimmy John's and stuff that have built buildings here, but have not opened for months. And I know it's because they cannot find employees that are even half capable of doing the job. And that scares me about buying food out. You know, it's like, what kind of people are they actually getting that are making this food that I'm going to put in my body? It's ugh.
Yeah,
No.
out here it's a lot of teenagers, it's a lot of kids, you know, and like I felt like
we don't even get that.
yeah, but the thing is, like, the kids out here, the weed's legal, right? Everyone's getting fucking high, like, you know, everyone's
Right.
smoking and all that shit. And personally, if you can go to work high, that's fine. That's not me. I could never. You know, I go to work. I
Me
raw
either.
dog the day,
Never.
come home and then fucking enjoy myself. You know what I mean? I couldn't. But fucking, I stopped going to a certain Sonic location because like they were fucking up my shit. But yeah. Delane says, sorry, I'm missing chat. Delane says, PC turtle cheesecake. There's a few different aspects of my personality, but what you see is what you get. And then she says, real answer, still turtle cheesecake because I'm a salty ass bitch and not really anybody's favorite, and the dairy might mess you up later. Yeah.
Cheesecake now. Thanks, Dolan.
Ern says, I'm old and yell at clouds. Ern says, yep, it's easier to just do it all by myself than have to fix his mistakes. At least it's done right and well by me. Yeah. That's how it
Yeah, and you
is.
find that out a lot of times. You have that one person there. I mean, even when I was at the license branch here, it was like everybody kept coming up to the lady at my station to ask questions about. Like, you have that person there, and you know, and they're underappreciated and usually underpaid. And then when they leave, they wonder why. And it's like, man, everybody revolved around this person making sure that the place ran well, and you didn't realize it, and now you're fucked.
I've
But
gotten
anyway,
some
my
texts.
dessert would be a hot fudge sundae because I'm hot in the places I should be hot, cool when I should be cool, and I'm always delicious.
Yeah. And then I didn't give you guys my real answer, but my real answer would be I was the banana split and that guy's ass from Not Another Teen Movie. Chris
That's
Evans' ass.
America's ass.
Yeah.
America's ass.
Yeah.
Hot
That
fudge
really is
sundae in America's ass. That sounds like Vandal, actually. That's
Let me
pretty good.
clip that. That's out of context.
So yeah, just a few questions I thought would spur some conversation, and it did a wonderful job at that. So last segment that I have prepared is name that job.
Don't put this up. All right, Anthony, what do we got?
All right, this should be a little bit more fun. So you know how like Dave Chappelle talks about being an engineer of the custodial arts or a janitor if you're going to be a dick about it. So what I did was I took some very menial positions and gave them extravagant names, and you guys just have to figure out what job it is that
Oh
I've
God!
actually.
So this
put
is
out
my
there. So
this is my resume.
yeah, so these should be pretty easy, but I thought it would just be something to have some fun with. This one's easy.
Oh yeah.
A curbside pharmaceutical representative. Am I supposed to
And
answer?
John.
I forgot.
Any and
Shove it
everyone
down
can.
there.
answer.
Advance
Come
for a
on,
minute,
man.
or-
This is a
It's
drug
your-
dealer.
It took forever
Drug
for the show to
dealer.
get started. We can run through these a little quick.
The
That's fine.
curbside pharmaceutical representative. He said he would be here in 10 minutes. I feel like in the next 2 hours, he's going to call it.
Yeah. You know, my favorite thing is about drugs becoming legal. You get them when you want them.
Yeah.
I used to have to pay this guy fucking like $90 for an eighth of fucking Granddaddy Perp, and I'd wait 2 hours outside of a fucking Wendy's, you know, for him to pull up late. Sorry, dude, I had other stuff to do. No, you don't. You live with your mom.
I just want to thank Anthony for giving me something to add on my resume for what I did in
Yeah.
high school. So
I'm here to help. That's my job.
I appreciate being able to fill in that job vacancy with curbside pharmaceutical representative.
Got to pad that resume. And I believe Vandal shouted it out. This is definitely a drug dealer. So these will get a little bit harder as we go. Go ahead, Vandal. You can read these.
Chemically enhanced organ treatment specialist. Chemically enhanced organ treatment.
Is this beef jerky manufacturer?
I was thinking a cosmetic surgeon, like a boob
Count as
doctor.
Tickling fence nuts.
That's not appropriate. I feel like this has something to do with drinking
Well, keep thinking.
one day.
You usually have the answers already prepared, but that's okay.
Chemically enhanced. organ
Alcoholic
treatment.
isn't
Isn't a job. Yeah, if it is though, can I get in on that?
There's
We're using the word job pretty loosely
Loosely,
this evening.
yeah.
It's a loose
I was loose
term.
to Snorkel's butthole.
a little Bruce Lee. Got it.
Organ.
You can't get any looser than that.
Ooh.
A piano tuner.
Like
No.
a Twizzler and a tennis ball can. Just shake it around there.
Ooh.
I mean, Twizzler. I was going more with a Tic Tac in a soup can, but thanks for giving me some tightness.
Ern says a dick enchantment surgeon.
And
Delaney
Dick
says,
enchantment.
Kentucky Shine says a tweaker.
No.
I
A
think it might
tweaker.
Oh, it's a boner pill. No.
Liver
Rectiamus.
transplant surgeon.
Anthony, you're muted.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
It's the grow your stuff. It's the grow your dick magical pill.
It's the gas station boner pill, doctor.
Oh,
Got
when
tiger's
he
blood in
shines
it.
on the right track.
It's got tiger's blood in it.
A liver transplant surgeon says V8. Steve
Rhino
O
horn
says
shaving.
male prostitute.
It has rhino
Jim Garb.
rhino horn shavings in it, and it's a grow your dick.
I got nothing but
Gas
Wow.
station boner pill cashier. I don't know.
You want to know the correct answer? I mean, we can
oh
move
yeah.
on.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
A crack whore.
Oh, so yeah, a
Well-
tweaker. Yeah, we're same difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's right there.
So basically my mother.
Then I'm keeping my
Okay.
rhino horn pill.
Happy Mother's Day.
No,
Um,
Snorkel, don't steal my shtick, you piece of shit.
I know you have the same mom. I get it, but I should have gotten that one. I mean, closely related to one. So
Crystalline precipitation removal specialist.
What in the world?
The fuck is crystalline? It sounds familiar. Is this a meth cook?
snowplow driver.
It's
Sure.
I don't know.
Like
What,
snow shoveler, but
oh,
you know,
so,
that's-
okay, yeah,
that's close
sure.
enough.
Wow.
I got specialists, so I was thinking like specialized equipment, like the plow driver.
I mean,
guy.
a snowplow's a broad,
grader.
you know, you
Yeah.
put
Driveway
a
pusher.
specialist in there to actually do the shovel work.
not,
But you know,
yeah,
you
exactly.
were close enough on that. I got it.
It's
I
a
got
driveway pusher.
the guy
Driveway
that cut sewer rugs nuts out of that fence.
No one cut any. That's not even my fence. Don't say that. My fence is wood.
I've got a lovely wood fence. How dare you?
Are you saying you have no nuts in your fence?
Ern, so
fence is
bluntly,
free.
a meth cook.
There's knots. There's knots in the wood, but there's not nuts in the fence.
Anthony
which
over
one?
here trying to throw us off
Yeah.
with the weird things and then going straight into just snow.
I don't see how you guys didn't get snow, but like,
I,
you know,
I honestly
live in the
expected
north.
Gigas to jump out on that
we're
one.
we're not
on.
Canadian, Gigas.
Crystalline
It's
precipitation removal.
I figured
Mine,
I'd let you guys have a chance because I feel like that was.
Temporary
This is the last one I have for this, and then we got to do job parts. So
oh, one
I
of
don't
those
know if that's gonna
porta
work.
potty suckers.
plumber.
The guys that suck out
a
the
honey
fucking
dipper,
a
a
honey
honey
pot.
dipper.
Yeah. The guys that clean out the porta potties. I don't know what the
Ex-infantry
fucking called.
soldiers.
Yeah.
It's the guy that sprays down the fucking porta potty, guys. It's the guy that takes the hose to it.
Yeah, but what's his job description? What's his called? Because it's not temporary defecation
Go take
chamber.
a hose to the shitter, John.
But-
It's called
it's
that now,
full.
Snorkel. It is
Yeah,
called
it
that.
definitely is now. Anthony gave them.
I was
a
really
whole
just
new-
looking for porta potty cleaner. So
Oh,
that's,
there we go.
Porta potty cleaner.
you guys were all over it. So it's
Oh,
yeah.
just like those porta potties.
The plastic surgeon from Delane made me laugh so hard I couldn't get past anything else. I don't know which one that was for, but
The
rock
last one, I'm
on.
guessing.
the
Organ.
chemically enhanced
Hands, organ.
yeah, transplant specialist.
I had no idea what that was. Yeah, organ donors.
All right, so let me put us back
Oregon.
to panel view.
Eugene donors.
Oregon.
And we're running
Ducks.
a boat parts bumper, but it's job
Cost
parts.
me a lot of fucking money.
They did?
How did it
Boats.
cost you money? Cost
Please
me at
tell me
least
boat
fucking
jobs.
$5,000. Really? Yeah. Cost me at least like
That would be
Why?
$2,000.
Pretty technical. Yeah, I didn't think about
$5,000.
Why?
Write that down for next time.
I can place you guys a bid on it, and whoever got closest without going over would win. But since this is a job theme episode, I had to go to Craigslist to find some jobs that sounded skeevy because I did find some jobs this week and last week on Indeed where they were asking for bachelor degrees at $13 an hour. There's some jobs out there like I was looking for like social media content or like, graphic design, whatever. They're like, oh yeah, we're a multi-million-dollar company, blah, blah, blah. But for this job, you need 10 years of experience at bachelor's degree, starting pay $13.25. Suck my dick, bitch. Anyways. Yeah, so we're going to find some jobs. And so, of course, I can't put these on screen right away because you guys will see. Actually, this one I think I can put on screen.
Why would you need to? We're not looking at anything. Just
Yeah,
read
that's
it.
fair.
You're-
All right,
you're
so-
explaining stuff.
Now hiring security for McDonald's. Looking for unarmed security guards to work inside a McDonald's.
Must be
Restaurant location, Charleston and Eastern. This is a disgusting location. Requirements, a guard card. 2 years of previous experience, preferred but not required. Benefits, flexible hours, competitive pay, college tuition assistance, growth opportunities, and free meals. Questions or to schedule an interview, contact at blank number. Compensation is blank per hour. So these people want you to work at a McDonald's that is so rough that they need a security guard at it. To make sure- unarmed. So you're about to get your ass kicked by a chick that got 7 nuggets instead of 8. How much would you guys think that they're willing to pay you per hour to go and defend the kingdom of Ronald McDonald?
You think
How about-
Ronald would actually be like taser or pepper spray or Billy?
No, no,
Club?
no.
I
No,
think-
wear the uniform. Threaten them with the uniform, but no protection are you allowed.
Oh,
It's the fry basket. It's just the fucking straight up fry basket right across the goddamn face. I
yeah,
got
we're
a
gonna give you a little
question.
time so you can get your votes in here. So
Yeah.
I do have a question
Yes.
to pad out the time a little bit. How do you get 2 years of experience in this?
Well, I'm imagining
Really
2 years
guard
in
card.
general security,
Okay,
not just at
I-
McDonald's.
Did
just
you say
the
they had to
wording.
have like a guard card or something like that?
Yeah, so
Is that
I
part-
saw one Tucky
A
shot
plus,
says
or not
gun
A plus
card for an
certified.
unarmed job. Yeah, no, it's not a gun card; it's a guard card. So here in this Las Vegas or the state of Nevada, you have to have a license for literally everything you do. Like either you're a union employee or like I think I told you guys about it. I applied for my weed license and all that shit.
Yeah.
I had to pay $210 after everything for that. You need a guard card out here to work as a security guard. It's taxes. It's the way they make their money. So no gun card, but guard card, which means that you've been certified in CPR. What's that machine called? The ADR or ADP, whatever it is.
Oh, the
AER.
clear thing. Clear.
Shit
Okay.
like that. So we have when Tucky says unarmed, $19. Delane says $15 an hour. Steve-O says, I bet it's only like $11 per hour. Ern says 17. Anthony, what would you take, or what would you assume that it would cost to protect someone's McDoubles?
I would never take this job, but man, at worst, it's got to be 20. I'm saying 20. I'm going
Okay.
20.
V8 says AED. Yeah, that's what it is. I forgot what it was. I haven't been certified in a long time. Sewer Rug.
ADHD. You got to know how to perform.
I definitely got my ADHD card.
Well, I'm
No, I
glad you.
think my TV's 4K.
So Sewer Rug, what do you think you'd get paid to be the guy on the other side, the guy clogging the toilet instead of the guy cleaning the clog?
Let's think about the benefits here. You get clothing.
No, you don't.
You do. You get the guard uniform. You get the
No,
outfit.
no, you don't. You pay for your own guard uniform.
That's
It doesn't
not
say
involved.
that. Just let him say his answer, Snorkel. Shut up.
Let me think this through. Unlimited filet
Talk it out.
fish.
Come on, talk it out.
Yeah, unlimited filet of fish with 4 times the tartar sauce
No.
as necessary. Come on, Vandal, let me live my life. I'd take $14 an hour for something like this.
All
14.
right, $14
14.
an hour. All
Yeah.
right. V8 earner, he said 17, dumbass. Kikas.
18.
What'd you say?
18?
18? All right.
16.
Oh, he said
16.
16.
Gotcha.
16.
And
USD.
Snorkel, did you
What
answer
is
yet?
I have not. What is Nevada's minimum wage?
Like $12.
Oh, $12 an hour.
All right. That's it for chat. So the actual price is $15 an hour, and it's only part-time.
Delane.
Delane got
Yeah.
that spot fucking on.
Yeah. So
Part-time.
Well done.
is
I
your
think
life
Delane might have applied for this.
is your life worth it for $15 an hour? I wouldn't work at a McDonald's,
No.
especially not
No.
a security.
Fuck no.
You're the first
No.
person
Oh, no.
getting fucked up as a security
On
guard at a
the- on
McDonald's.
East? Yeah, no.
Ma'am, you've
no.
had too many barbecue sauces already. Fuck you, bitch. Ah, you know, like, get out of here.
Having to deal with the people trying to snake through the drive-through window. Like, no, not
The
15 bucks.
only
No.
weapon you're allowed is a whistle. Like that's not going to help.
Yeah,
anything.
no. That whistle's going down your trachea real quick.
Sorry, I forgot. Our minimum wage is $8.75 in Nevada.
Oh,
It's $8.75. Oh,
those poor Mexicans, I swear.
They
oh,
make more
dear
money than a lot of
Jesus.
people out here, actually. So the next one we have is help us start our family. Looking for a young, healthy black woman to be a biological surrogate to help start our family. I am unable to birth due to a medical procedure I had years ago. My husband and I are looking for a biological surrogate. Must be black, must be healthy, body and mind. No drugs or alcohol. We have no desire to go through an overpriced surrogacy agency. We can discuss the other compensations and perks available once you've reached out to us. Hopefully you could be the one to help bless us. Please submit photos and tell us about yourself. No photos, no response. Blank price.
Don't answer this ad. PSA, do not answer this ad.
This is the worst ask for a threesome I've ever seen.
Ever. This
Are you
This
on
is
Craigslist,
worse than the-
Back
comment for the last
Pages?
one.
Where are you on this?
this is worse than the blatant creepy dude asking for a photo shoot in the middle of the desert. Like, don't answer this goddamn ad.
Actually, I think not supersized would work for both jobs.
Yeah. And like, here's the thing: is like, this is through Craigslist, right? So this is like, I really fucking doubt there's like some family out there that's literally.
No, they
like,
are not.
I want to seriously do this, but yeah.
This is
wow,
one
Kentucky.
creepy dude
All right,
sitting
so is
in a
this per
trailer.
hour? Per
No, it's
whole
one
thing?
blank amount.
Okay, all right.
One blank amount, and so we
Oh
have some in
damn,
chat.
Kentucky pulling no punch.
Yeah, I want to get to it. V8 says 10,000. Ern says he's pretty sure Michigan minimum wage is $7.75. Delane says,
Oh.
"Whoa, surrogate, they make good money if you do it legally." Ern says, "Oh, it's 10.33. Still won't do shit for $10 an hour." Kentucky Shine says 20 grand for the little whore. Delane says, "I'm guessing these people are gonna pay 10K when you can go through the company and make 80K plus medical expenses." Stevo says 19,500. V8 says Delane already said 10K. Yeah.
Yeah, Delane.
Yeah, just say 11.
Steve-O says, I was gonna say 20K, but Kentucky Shine already did. Kentucky Shine says minimum wage is $12.30 an hour in Missouri. Fuck you. Well, that's because there's no fucking jobs. No I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm just talking.
I think that's about the same as for Oregon too.
Yeah.
I think we're at 1250 or 13.
Anthony, how much are you thinking these people are paying to get you pregnant?
40
Well,
grand.
to get him pregnant,
40 grand, says Anthony. Delane
I'm going
says
40K.
85. Ern says 5,000.
God damn it, Delane.
How much are you going to pay to get this drain snaked?
What I'm thinking is for this kind of like cornbread stuffing, probably unlimited filet of fish with 4 times the tartar sauce every day. So let's say,
So $13.
Yeah, I was
12
like
grand.
12 grand?
12 grand.
Filet of fish are expensive when you buy them a la carte.
And you get them 4 times tartar sauce. That's the necessary
Yeah.
part. Is just smother
Just
'em.
eat the tartar sauce with
God.
the bread
It's
if
like-
you want that.
It's like country smothered.
Pickled mayonnaise as long as you can see. Oh, God.
When
I don't-
Chucky
I don't
Sean
wanna
says,
see
and
the
it's
fish."
cheap to live here too compared to California. Dude, let me rent a room.
Everywhere's cheap compared to California.
Not here anymore.
Wow.
Geekus, how much are you paying so they can fill you up to the maximus with their jizz juice?
Honestly, I was originally going to say $50.
Hey, cover that low end. Nobody has.
Steve-O said 19.5. Delane says 85. Ern says 5,000. Anthony, you already said yours. Snorkel.
Is Geekus going with the 50?
That's
Yeah.
what he said.
$51.
Welcome back.
So the actual price to be filled up with some random dude's jizz and never found again is $50,000 US. They're offering you $50,000. I don't know, man. Like
That is cheaper.
I was going to say
than the
50.
agent.
Honestly, I really was, but I didn't want to go over, so I went back 10 grand. So, yeah, I'm glad I did.
Steve, are we
you're-
valuing everything on a
you're
lot
never-
of fillet of fish now?
You're
Some
never
some
seeing the
versions.
light of day. Never answer this ad. You're not getting 50 grand.
Yeah. Let me see. Who had it? It was Steve-O, 19,500.
Anthony did
A-
40.
Anthony said 40.
Oh, did he? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. 19's not
Put the
20.
bun
I was
in the
thinking
oven,
20
man. Let's
grand
get
for some
moving.
reason. I don't
Yeah,
fucking
you're
know.
gonna get 50 of these.
Yeah. All right.
And also be inspiration for an episode of CSI.
You're going to be a very, very long, like a 2-parter episode on CSI. Jesus Christ.
Take off your monocle.
Fucking who are you?
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
All right.
ooh.
The next one we have is VGM is hosting a multi-day remote playtest for video gamers ages 18 to 55. You will have the unique opportunity to preview an unreleased video game, product, or feature and give
Barbie's
your
Horse
feedback.
Adventure.
Shut the fuck up and to change the way a final version is made. Qualified participants will receive blank amount for their participation.
Fortnite 2.
Ew,
Fortnite
don't say
too.
those things. That's worse than Barbie's Horse Adventure. How dare you,
Delane
sir?
says, why do they gotta be racial
Destiny
profiling? That's a
3.
perfect job for me. Hello.
It disappeared.
Goodbye.
There we go.
Disappeared.
I was made by Black History.
It's 2024. Who's to say you aren't a black woman?
Oh, no.
I'm
So-
sorry, I had to.
How much
Get in here.
do you
I
think
know
you
you
will
do.
get to do this live game play test? In chat, go ahead, start doing it out. We're getting close to time.
It's a blank amount.
It's a blank. It's one amount for the one day.
$150.
$150 from Snorkel Geekus.
151.
151.
Actually,
Sewer
if you remember, Sewer Rug did a job like this.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have you all beat 149.
149. All right.
Did that not do it?
No, that won't do it, but it's fun.
I tried.
Delane says 125.
When Chucky's sniping all 3 of us with a 152.
And he's also moving Fallout Shella.
Yeah. V8 says 250. Anthony.
I'm gonna go $300.
Respectable,
$300.
respectable.
Just gonna give Chad another second, but like, have I Geekus and Snorkel? You guys are gamers. I'm a gamer, but I'm not as like into the community as much as you guys. Have you guys ever did like a play test?
Nope, and never will.
Okay,
Would have
cool.
liked to have when I was younger.
Such a great job. Such
Eh.
great.
No.
One
Steve
Tucky
O
Shine, I
says-
got all the room in the world. You guys can all come out here and actually stay indoors.
Steve O says 199. So the actual price that these guys are, the actual compensation for playing this video game for one day is $1,000.
Damn.
Is that 2 for me?
That's 2 for you.
Yeah, 2 for you.
It's like Tekken 9 or something. That's gonna be really fancy.
$1,000 for one day's worth. Still, I play video games for enjoyment, and
It's the
every
video
time I
game
do,
we were designing in the Matrix 4.
once
wanna
you do
play
it for work, you stop enjoying it.
Now I
Does
gotta
it
go
say
find
what
another
company it is? I don't know. I closed the tab already, V8. Go fucking find it yourself.
house. Jesus. On that note,
Anyways, this is the last one.
It's a
We're
Zynga
coming
game.
to time.
No links.
I'm not gonna fucking. I'm not gonna make you guys guess on this one, but I don't know if you guys remember when Anthony first started the show. When we first started doing the show together, we used to do Craigslist ads instead of the Facebook Marketplace, and I would do little PSAs from the Craigslist, trying to help you guys not get your butt touched. Because back then we had more girl viewers than Earn and Delane, but now we don't have so many, so you guys gotta worry about it. You're all guys. No one wants to touch your wiener. That's why you're here on a Friday night. But
They didn't take our advice, and now they're not here anymore.
yep, they got kidnapped and stuff. But I wanted to share this
they
one
didn't have Liam Neeson as a
because
dad.
this
They
is
got-
another
They
one of
got
those.
tooken.
Yeah, this is another one of those ads where it's like, you know what? This is probably not something that you want to do. Wow, that really fucked up. Hold on. What the fuck?
His PSA has gone MIA. That's fine.
ASS.
Where the fuck is it?
Oh,
Can we go back to robot voice? I was having fun there.
we could do that for you, Sewer Run. If that's what you want.
Yes, please.
Where the fuck is it? Wow, now it's not letting me pop it up on the screen. Anyways,
Well, good night, everybody.
yeah, there was an ad. Models
Right now.
wanted to wear nylons, which is like stuff. Pay is $40 per hour.
Pantyhose?
Yeah, like pantyhose. Looking for a model to wear nylons. Pay is $40 an hour. Please send photo. Thanks. And then in the picture is a guy that has to be probably in his mid 60s, and it's like some random chick on the strip that does those little things or whatever. But yeah, don't do this. This guy, if any job asks you to send photos of your body to a thing, they don't want to hire you for anything. They're going to wait to see if you're hot. They'll save your photos to their spank bank, and then probably invite you to this place for this fake job, bang you out, and throw you out in the trash. So don't do that. Don't do that. Be
Yeah,
safe.
he would have to be old to
Oops.
or sexy.
Yeah.
Like the
Mm,
last time you
let's go
saw
with that.
some chick wearing pantyhose in public. Like never.
Yeah. Yeah. So just don't fall for this stuff if you guys see this. If there's something that's too good to be true, 99% of the time it is. If it's something that's almost too good to be true, you're still fucked. Just hate everything. It's all gonna suck. No, I'm kidding.
Steve-O, I'm gonna pull a reference from the 90s and you'll need to talk to the hand.
V8 says my friend got paid $3,000 a month for that. So V8 used to be a nylon model, apparently. My friend.
Maybe he has very
That was
photogenic legs and feet. Who
Yeah.
knows?
So, you guys do the sign out stuff. I have stuff to say after, obviously, but yeah, I'm gonna start typing shit in chat if this is gonna work. I don't know.
Type
V8,
in
just
my
send
stuff.
send the photos of your feet to Vandal
Nope.
at vandalsonlyfans.com.
Nope, I got him blocked on Instagram, so he couldn't add me if he wanted to.
I
found
said
him.
OnlyFans.
Only Vans.
Only Vans, yes.
All right, cool. Shut up, Snorkel. Say bye.
What? I can't do both. I can either shut up or say goodbye.
Your choice.
All right, then.
What,
just
what do
shut
you
up.
want from me?
Just shut up.
What do
Okay.
you want? Ah,
Snorkel says you guys are great. I love you. Find me here. All right.
Sure,
uh,
Rug, just go.
spicy.
Yeah.
Chat, you guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for putting up with whatever the first 45 minutes of this was. You guys are fabulous.
Yeah.
I don't know if the wait was necessarily worth it, but you guys rock. I'll be here-ish, hopefully, from time to time. Streaming may not be going yet. I gotta test that yet. We're not quite at the speeds I was at the old place, but I'll be here? Question mark? That's all I got. Sweet.
Hey everybody, I'm Sewer Rug and only Sewer Rug. So quit filling my freaking DMs with pictures of fences and the other stuff. Either way, thanks for having
Nuts.
me again. And
Nuts.
I'll see you next. Don't say that, Snorkel. I don't know what they're
Nuts.
sending me in these photos, but
They're
we need
nuts.
less
Dude.
fences and less what the other stuff is.
Send more nuts to Sewer Rug.
Let's not do that because
Would
I
you-
open these all day
Snorkel,
long.
you don't get to talk during his if you don't want to talk during yours.
I
You-
did want to talk during mine. You told me not to.
Good. Don't do it again. All right.
That's it for me.
Anthony.
You can find me over on Instagram at I'm_Anthony Ramella. You get great, fantastic, awesome THC and CBD products over at rogueshop.com. And if you need a t-shirt or anything just absolutely ridiculous, go over to oingsquad.com and order something from there. That would be cool. Anyway, thanks, chat, for coming out. Thanks for suffering through. And hopefully this will not help you get your next job. Anyway, Vandal, take us on home, buddy.
You guys are amazing. I don't know what it was, but as soon as we got clear and you guys could see us move and talk just fine, like 20 of y'all left. Fuck you. No, I'm kidding. I'm really, though, honestly, thank you guys for sticking through it. You guys are the MVPs, because I'll be honest with you, if I saw this on any other stream and they didn't take it as seriously as us, I'd quit. I'd just cancel everything. No. But thank you for being here. I'm glad that everyone had fun while we were having the fuck-ups. I don't know what's going on here. I have a new laptop. I'm going to set this all up maybe sometime. I don't know. We'll get it all figured out. But chat, you're amazing. You stayed through the bullshit, and I got to tell you, love like that's hard to find. And since you guys were so loyal, I'm running off with somebody younger. Going to go start a new YouTube channel. I'm sorry. No. We'll be
You're all
back next
hired.
week, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. We'll even see if we go live next week. We might have to move over to like Temu or something, Temu streaming, and then give it to you guys that way. And then when you guys log in, you'll get a free fucking Nintendo Switch or some shit that a kid built when he was 7 years old. But
No,
I don't know.
Nintendo Switch.
Vimeo.
Yeah, Nintendo
That's-
Switch.
That's
the
too
nine-
old for building switches.
the
The
Nintendo
Switch part
Switch.
is spelled SWETCH. Switch.
Weech.
Yeah.
Nintendo, baby. I
Yeah.
love
But thank you
Nintendo.
guys for being here. We love you. You're all very fucking special. Don't stick your dick in a toaster unless it consents. Have a great weekend.
You're all hired. Hiring you all.
Yeah, bye.
Or high.